Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where I finally got rid of that shield of Davrin's that has been so annoying. Honestly, it's got like the griffin wings on it, and it was like, just, I don't know, I didn't even look at it, I didn't realize what it did necessarily, but he didn't have any great shield options until just now. We got it, like an upgrade on one of them. That is, applies taunted sometimes. Anyway, it was so annoying in, like, character selection screens when I'd pick Davrin, and then I'd pick somebody else, and their face would be totally covered up by the wings of the shield or whatever. It'd be, like, clipping through them. It was so funny. That shield was not designed to play nicely. I think...
We've cleared some space for Eldrin and the Griffins.
We can't let that become a distraction.
Oh,
Good luck with that. An animal that's been extinct for 400 years? Everyone will want to have a look.
I mean, Arlathan's not the safest place right now, but...
We could starve you until you talk. But we're not like you. We don't treat people like animals for the sacrifice.
That's why you are weak.
I mean, it speaks... The actions speak otherwise, you know what I mean?
You know, with everything going wrong in the forest, having the griffins around makes up for it.
If we can afford to keep feeding them.
They can feed themselves. They're wild animals. Where are the griffins? Could I go see them? I wonder if I found my way back to Eldrin's place, if they'd be out there. Oh, God. I wanted to see if we're quite there yet.
There was plenty of ways to spend your coin here.
I did it! Wait, what? Oh, you do have to, like, fully level it up. Okay, so we're in tier 3, but I can't get the shop rank 4 unless I max them out? Alright. Wait, no. I don't want shop rank 4 here, so I'm not that worried about it. I don't think. But I am in, like, tier 3 of, like, buddy-buddy squad. Of, like, being friendly with everyone. Okay, well, that makes sense.
Safe travels.
That we've maxed them out. Did I get anything for the Grey Wardens, though? No? I would have thought, after defeating Isaiah, I would have gotten some Grey Warden points. Oh, alas. And the Lords of Fortune. Yikes, that's gonna... In order to get that, I actually probably will just have to sell everything to them. So that I can... like, max them out. 70% of the Codex. The Grey Warden. Oopsie. From Davrin's Journal of Corrupted Grey Wardens. We were forced to fight Grey Warden in Isaiah's profane recreation of Weishaupt. It sickened me having to take up arms against fellow soldiers, killing people who took the same oath I did, but they were no longer the sentinels they vowed to be. They had answered their calling and descended into the deep roads for one final journey that should have ended in a battle against Darkspawn. But then Isaiah found them. She twisted them around and convinced them the Grey Wardens had betrayed them. Gripped by her corruption, they became slaves to her madness, toiling to build a nightmarish Weishaupt from their memories, sending them to their deaths with a mercy. No soldier should have to endure damnation like that. I agree. The First Warden. If it wasn't strange enough stumbling through the nightmare version of Weishaupt, bumbling into the First Warden was surreal. Or bumping into sort of. It would be kind of crazy if you were a Warden, and as, you know, Davrin is, it's like wandering through this, like, very cursed, upside-down version of Weishaupt. Although, to be fair, to me, it looked kind of like the Weishaupt I knew, because the last one I saw, and the only one I saw, was a blighted one. I still don't know how he survived the fight with Gillenon. Yeah, he got swallowed by a dragon, I thought. But he always was a tough old bastard, just like him to make sure he had the final word. Pity he was angry right to the end. He never did come around. So full of his own hubris. All that was left was a shell of a man choking on his own bitterness when he still had a chance to redeem himself. I took no pleasure in ending his life. It's a shame he'll be remembered as the first warden who turned on his own order. I mean, he'll just be remembered as a fool, you know? He didn't, like, I don't know if he necessarily turned... He kind of did, but, like, all of them kind of did. Like, all of them... Yeah. I got him. Ooh, more. profane Weishaupt. Tracking the Gloom Howler, I figured it would be like any other monster. I'd follow its trail, so now we're getting his, like, thoughts about it and why he did what he did. I'd follow his trail back to some disgusting cave or hole in the ground. I wasn't prepared for what we'd found. Somehow, over the years, decades, Asaya had been recreating a profane version of Weishaupt in the deep roads. I felt like walking through a fever dream of the old fortress with familiar bits and pieces scattered around, filtered through centuries-old memories of the place, but twisted by Asaya's corruption and madness. That would be crazy, yeah, because they would have to have built it up over a long time, and she would have wardens who were, like, potentially centuries old, maybe, you know? So they would have their version of Weishaupt, and then you'd be building on it with younger versions of Warden's Weishaupt, you know? But twisted by Asaya's corruption and madness, she seemed to have some wild idea it was going to be her stronghold for launching an attack against the Grey Wardens in a crusade for vengeance. Now it was just a sad monument to how far a misguided soul can stray from their path. Just a sad monument for how far a misguided soul... Anyway, I got a phone call, sorry, so if I was saying something, it's lost to time. From Davern's Journal, the Griffins feature. Still can't believe it came down to us to decide the fate of the Griffins and Thedas. I mean, I think we should have asked the Griffins, because they seem to be sentient enough to, like, make choices and, like, communicate at least a little bit. After all the unnatural magic they've been through, it's time they got a chance to explore nature instead. The Griffins are going to love Arlathan. Watching Asan care for that Hala, I can only imagine a whole flock pride guarding the herds in the forest. For too long, Arlathan's wildlife has been defenseless against poachers or worse. The Griffins will chase off anyone looking to hunt Hala and keep the other monsters at bay. See, yeah, and this is me personally. I was like, oh, like, you get me what is the word? Majestic creature. A protector creature that will kill poachers and looters. Yeah, that speaks my language. You know what I mean? Like, me personally, I'm like, oh baby. And how I think the Morn Watchers kind of are better at caring for antiquities than the Veil Jumpers are, because they're just willy-nilly magic people. You know, just removing things all the time and doing stupid things. And I feel like with the Morn Watch, they're more methodical with it, which is my preference. And so the protection of, especially as a Dalish person, with the protection of the resources, the natural and cultural resources in place, like, I feel very satisfied, but a part of me is like, Wardens, you know? I spent the last days, like, being all about the Grey Wardens, but I've been editing Weishaupt, like, the first battle at Weishaupt, footage. So, like, listening to myself spend way too long soliloquizing on the Grey Wardens is wild. Gets to your head. Okay, we need to go first back to the lighthouse and see not only if Davern has anything to say, but if other people have things to say. I've kind of been doing, again, I think I had the choice to do the Veilguard-y thing in, like, a different way, but, like, I've actually kind of been doing it, because I could have done Davern's quest first, I think, before Balara's. But at the very least, I could have done Emmrich or Tasha's or Davern's, or Nev's. I guess Nev's been kind of out of the order, but I have been kind of doing the Veilguard in the order in which I kind of got people. Let's see. Davern and Asan have things to say. Oh my gosh. And that was so... I knew Asan was going to come back, but, like, I was tearing up seeing Davern's. They animated him so well. Like, he looked so despondent. She, like, reaches out. And I was like... And that little pink griffin was so cute. That was a cute little griffin. I wish I could have seen them all. I hope I can see them in the wild. That'd be so cool. It'd be a good reason to go back to Arlathan, even though Arlathan hurts my eyes because it's badly framed.
Hey, Lucanus.
Yes?
You and Nev?
Yes.
Nice catch.
Thanks.
Spite's good with her?
No talking. When her hat comes off, go play with wisps.
Okay.
I was kind of, but it'll be interesting if I get to the Lucanus romance, because I'm like, so is Spite, like, there? You know? I think you can make that, like, you can make a comment like that to Anders, because he has the former spirit of justice who becomes vengeance. He has him inside of him, you know, and if you're romancing him, your hawk can make a joke, and Anders is like, please don't ever say that again. You know what I mean? You're just like, he's like, that's not how it is. And you're like, okay, calm down, you know. I cannot believe Dafford's name is Griffin Daddy. Which it's like totally perfect. It's so cute, but it's also like, oh, it's so funny. Balara's maybe feeling better now too, but also Spite. Yeah, so Spite apparently can can Spite leave? Like, you know what I mean? Like, go play with wisps. I'm like, what do you mean when the hat comes off? Like, they've obviously been training Spite, you know. It's like when the hat comes off, you go play with the wisp, but like he can't leave, right? Kind of. I mean, maybe he can like in the fade. Maybe he has a bit more like ability to like project his consciousness a little bit more, and he'll go play with the wisps. But like, that's a hilarious. That is hilarious to think about. Are you doing better?
Hey, Rook. Irlin and Strife reached out. They finished preparations for Syrian's funeral. I could use someone to come with me, if you're able. Just let me know, okay?
At least now she has a body to bury. Like, I think that's not a small thing. You know, like, you think about like soldiers, like the family's always like left in limbo. Even if they have the dog tags, like they don't, if you don't have a body to bury, at least for like the cultures I'm really familiar with, like it's really difficult, you know? To like find closure. Let's see what these two are gonna say, and then we'll hop into see what Davern and Hassan want to say. Ooh.
Coin for your thoughts.
I'm fine.
Oh, there's an act.
I'm just a little worried about everything. But we're gonna be fine, right?
We don't know that.
Very comforting.
We'll manage something. Might even make it out alive.
Slightly better.
I try.
I mean, I'm in Nev's camp, I think, in a lot of the ways. It's like, well, you know, we'll do our freaking best. I started thinking last night, I was like, who's going to betray me in the squad? You know, because in Origins, it was kind of Morgon. And then in 2, it was Anders. And in Inquisition, it was Solus. And so I'm like, now I'm looking at all these mages, and I'm like, well, Balara seems the least likely to betray me, so like maybe it's Balara, but like Emmrich wouldn't do it, I don't think. Oh, you know, and Nev also, I don't know if they're gonna try to break the cycle. They probably are trying to break the cycle, because I don't even think it was meant to go into it being like each game being like, oh yeah, there's a mage that's gonna betray you. It's just kind of how it worked out, honestly. That worked out for the plot, for the character, you know what I mean? They just all happen to be mages. But now I'm like reaching like end game, and I'm like, who is it? Who's it gonna be? He's bigger than his siblings.
Maybe tomorrow. Swimming. Don't push your luck. You're still learning how to fly.
What? How? Words?
You two have come a long way since we met.
Yeah. And he's still just a cub.
Wait till he's a teenager.
It's all about emotion with his son. What makes him happy, what makes him sad, or afraid.
No.
He's pure that way.
He's so cute.
No hiding anything. He likes you, you know it. He doesn't like you, he won't hold back.
What about me?
He's taken a shine.
Yeah?
Listen, I wanted to thank you. Without your help, the Griffins would have gone extinct all over again. You stepped up. They have a home because of you.
Yeah, sorry, I think I might need to turn the light off in my room again, because there's like a slight glare, and it might be the sun, too. Okay, it's a little better. But editing might be mad. Might be like, I have to redo the brightness or whatever, you know, but, oh, yeah, it's like a little bit of a glare because of the light, but, like, I don't think I can. Like, my face has to be lit up if I'm going to use the webcam, so. Yeah, I'm torn, so I'm going to be like,
I just hope Arlathan Forest is the right home.
What?
What if they eat all the holler?
Nah, Eldrin will keep them in
That
line.
was dumb.
What if they eat Eldrin?
They can try. He's a tough, old, chewy bastard. Don't worry so much, Rook. The world will be a better place for having the Griffins in it, no matter where they are.
I wonder what Hassan's brothers and sisters think.
He says as long as there are clear skies to roam, warm sun to nap, and bellyfuls of food, they'll be happy.
Oh, yeah.
A Griffin's word is good enough for me.
Till Tosh teaches him how to swear.
That might actually be fun. See you around.
Oh, we're just gonna go? We're just gonna leave? Oh, I miss the flirting. I miss the bants. But that's good, that's good.
So, you had another encounter with the first warden of Weishaupt.
Sure did. I swear he remembered Rook punching him, too.
He did.
In my defense, he was angry before that happened.
When I first joined, the commander seemed stone solid. A Grey Warden's warden.
Clutching to that gallant image was his undoing.
Blighted, bruised, and still obsessed with making history.
Oh, that's an interesting thing, because Davrin would have been like, oh yeah, like, I understand that, because Davrin also wanted to make history. He didn't want to just find it. He wanted to make history. But like that, the Grey Warden is what happens when you cling, and kind of how the Dalish maybe, like it clings to these old ideas, right? To the old idea of glory, you know? And I think he could maybe see that for what it is, you know? Like, yeah, you want to make history and live up to it, and like, etc., etc. Time for a lich soiree. An undead soiree.
Okay, so the plan is basically to sneak around, find Hezenkoss's lantern, and smash it.
Bad. I'm just gonna...
That's quite a crowd over in the manor.
Johanna's gathering. If she's mingling there, we'll be spotted. Fortunately, we have someone who could pass as a servant.
Oh, Manfred! The foreign parties, I miss them. Oh my gosh, I love the Mornwatch background so much. And this voice actress is so good. Like, she seems to kind of imbue every line with, like, a true sense of personality, and I like that a lot. I was gonna get it. So, I don't know, we just got back from, like, Arlathan. Well, like, I don't know, I just edited the Weishaupt thing, where our plan was to go in, you know, do 3 impossible things and leave, and there was no, like, actual steps to, like, figuring it out. We just had to wing it. And then the Arlathan thing, you know, where we went in, and we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna, like, sneak through, and it'll be totally fine, and nobody will know we're here. And it's like, a god was like, actually, I do know that you're here, you know? And that all went tits up. And, like, now, again, like, Rook is, wow, so bad at plans. Like, these aren't plans. These are ideas. These are hopes. You know what I mean? There's no plan. There's no action.
Nothing livens up a party like having a few undead around.
It always lends them a certain ambience.
Ambience?
Right, Manfred. You're to find Johanna's guests and help us gather information on where her workshop might be.
I think that...
We'll be watching in case anything occurs.
That might be a bit much for him to do.
Something's going to occur.
Once we find and destroy Johanna's lantern, we'll end whatever she's planning.
I'm worried for Emmrich.
Hopefully, before she introduces the lantern to her guests.
I'm worried for Emmrich. I'm worried this decision is maybe going to be... I am wearing my party clothes.
Should be enough time for Manfred to blend in as a servant.
Let's find a place inside to observe him. Quiet.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh no. It is nice to be back.
Let's find another way in.
She locked...
Johanna's last guests must already be in attendance.
There's a lot of people here. Hezenkoss must be planning to drain their souls with her lantern.
Yeah.
What'll she do with them?
Raise more undead, I'd wager. But no ordinary revival would require such a massive store of magic.
Sounds like the party's in that main hall where we confronted Hezenkoss.
Perfect. We can watch Manfred discreetly from the balconies.
And see if Hezenkoss has that lantern on her.
I mean, she's gonna know. That's the thing, is we keep underestimating our villains, being like, they're like, oh, they'll never know we'll be here. And it's like, of course they'll know. She made it she didn't make it a secret, you know? And I think she wants to finish becoming a lich. That feels the most obvious. The traditional method in other media for becoming a lich is to absorb the souls of others. So, like, ooh, the music's good too. How very Orlesian. Oh no, we're having the issue with lots of people being in one spot. I have not had that issue up until, like, the Autofan situation. Look at these people. This is crazy. A Navaran party. Look at these people. Everyone looks so good. The Mornwatch clothes are, like, so austere and, like, fancy. I don't know. Austere and fancy maybe isn't the way to say it. There she is.
And Johanna.
But no lantern.
Now, you were saying about a shrine in the manor.
Yes, a shrine revealed by a spectral tome, which, as an expert, I could read if our host ever lets me into the library.
An ancestral shrine? I could question the deceased there about the location of Johanna's lantern.
Well, if a book can lead us to the shrine, let's hit the library.
Okay. I'm sorry, I know it's like bad volume-wise, but it looks so cool.
I'm just waiting for our host's grand announcement.
My invitation was so unexpected. I thought Hezenkoss despised me after I beat her to an unsealed crypt some years back.
Aren't we all, also Hezenkoss could totally see us up here. And isn't, like, she, like, illegal? Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are here, but it's like, maybe she didn't get in trouble with the law, just with the Mornwatch, I don't know.
The library's to the east, right? Where we closed Hezenkoss's portal into the Fade.
What brought her all the way back here again?
Johanna must have a workshop hidden here. Likely where she's prepared whatever she plans to empower with this lantern.
Oh, did I already find it? Is it that one that's, like, down that hole in, like, the servants' quarters? Oh, hi.
Watch it. We've got dead people.
Dead people.
We must move them quickly.
And you're telling me she wouldn't notice if they got, like, taken care of?
I'd expected Johanna to post more guards.
Maybe she didn't want to scare her guests. Let's see if we can find that book pointing to the ancestral shrine.
Or maybe she knows we're gonna be here.
Nothing about a shrine here.
And what's a romance doing under geography?
What's a romance doing under geography? This was a different home. This wasn't her home. Yeah, this wasn't her home, but, like, something terrible happened here.
What about this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's haunted.
Oh.
Ah, there's our spectral tome. Well done.
Well, all right.
It's not opening.
One must be delicate. That guest of Johanna's claimed to be an expert in spectral literature.
And was interested in the shrine. Let's have Manfred hand him the book, see what he says.
Oh, this is just so bad. This would all be very noticeable, you know what I mean? Johanna is probably just waiting for us to, like, do something. To, like, unlock something so that she can finish what she wants to do. Or she wants to use our souls also.
Were you waiting for us? Manfred, take this tome to the man asking about the shrine, please.
Don't worry. We'll watch from the balcony.
We could get Manfred in trouble. Yeah, like, he could get his, like, little spirit essence soul, like, pulled out, you know? Time to very obviously spy.
What's this? The spectral guide to Blackthorn Manor? There now. I only want to look up one thing. There is an ancestral shrine in the northwest wing.
I mean...
Perfect. Let's go to the shrine.
Yes. The deceased there should be most helpful in finding Johanna's lantern.
If they haven't already been, like, co-opted...
To the shrine.
Oh, okay. If they haven't already been...
Didn't anyone here stop and ask?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Was throwing a party? Your old friend doesn't seem like the sociable type.
Many a mage's besetting flaw is unexamined curiosity.
That's true.
And Johanna does possess a certain showmanship. It was all too easy to be drawn into those grand plans of hers.
I don't need a front row seat to whatever she's planning for a lantern full of stolen spirits, thanks.
It's nice to have Davrin with the Morin Watch, because I feel like, yes, we tend to go along like Emmrich's route, right? Where like, we have like curiosity in our head kind of happen to fade, even if you're not a mage, you know? So it's nice to have somebody who's got his feet firmly planted on the ground. You know what I mean? Keeps balance.
The shrine's locked.
We must find a... Manfred?
Manfred?
What's he got there?
Did he do that?
Is this a key to the shrine?
Oh, he's got...
Excellent, Manfred.
I thought he came in through that hole. Wait, no, this is so MacGuffin. Like, what do you mean? Manfred just happened to get the key. Johanna gave it to him, I bet you.
Oh my. A body from the house of the Verheims, prepared during the Storm Age.
Ancient. Yes.
That's amazing. Should we take it back to the necropolis?
Well, if there's no claimants, it would be a crime not to.
Time to find Hezenkoss. He's all yours, Emmrich.
You don't know if it's a he.
By flame and seal, by light and flood, open your eyes once more.
Who dares disturb?
Friends to the dead.
Friends, this one was abandoned. Lost.
We can take you back.
Emmrich, it's getting noisy.
He's unusually obstinate. Speak! Where is Hezenkoss?
She's upstairs.
Prove yourselves. What claim have you to the deceased? A willing dead companion. This one concedes. Hezenkoss makes a name that should not be. Red tapestry. Look there.
Emmrich's so proud.
Did you hear that? Manfred just...
I know. Also, we should move.
He spoke. That's poor Matt Mercer.
Oh, he can talk. Manfred, say something else.
Oh, give him a... Yeah. You gotta...
Come now. You just spoke.
You know.
We have to go.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's his first word. You can't expect him to start soliloquizing immediately. Oh my goodness. Oh, somebody fell. Or was purposely buried down here. This looks more like a fall, though. Ooh, we got crushed, actually. Tragedy writ in stone. Because I was curious. I don't think we finished the Blackthorn's story, so I wonder if this is it. From Emmrich's diary. I can't believe we found the remains of famed architect Sir Gaudry. His ancestors were the original builders of Blackthorn Manor. Gaudry was said to be close to finishing his life's work, preparing the estate to its original grandeur, when the Blackthorn sent word of his crushingly tragic accident. One wonders, the youngest of the Blackthorns was said to be a jealous man. Or perhaps Gaudry uncovered something unseemly in the vaults? Once we've buried his remains back to the necropolis, I must have a chat with the man. They just left his body down here? He probably found something, because the Blackthorns were up to something. That stupid boy who was an amateur archaeologist and got his sister possessed, at least that's what I'm pretty sure happened. But yeah, I don't think we haven't fully fleshed out the tragedy of the Blackthorn Manor. And it makes sense that she would pick this place if it has all the things that are potentially to have happened here. This is cool. This looks like some of the mausoleum stuff, or the, like, crypt stuff we were seeing in Italy. Armored undead captive. You sense to be, but not quite enough.
More undead.
Your hammers work. You're on the right track.
All right. Where's that red tapestry?
Symbols, a lever. Symbols, a lever. Symbols and a lever. I was like, who? We missed one, but it's Manfred. Manfred's just like going through cracks in the walls.
This wall looks... Secret door.
Manfred, could you please squeeze through and open the door from the other side? Yes! Aha! I knew I didn't imagine him speaking.
Yes!
So Manfred speaks. That'll get the other watchers talking.
Oh my
They
gosh.
said a simple wisp could only grow so much. I knew he was learning quickly outside the necropolis, but this level of complexity is remarkable.
Hassan's enough racket for me.
It's a truly incredible achievement, Davrin.
Davrin?
Good work, Manfred.
Hope this leads to where Hezenkoss is keeping that lantern.
I can only imagine what she's planning to use
That
it
is
for.
so funny though. I'm sorry, it's so funny. Davrin and Emmrich being like the dads is just like the best. I don't want, like, I kind of want to pull these levers, but I don't. Oh, maybe they're for what's in here? Like, obviously it wasn't necessary for me to continue with what we need to do, but I'll probably have to do something. Maybe... Or maybe... Okay, I must have to come back here, because I was gonna, like, see if that symbol matched any of the symbols out here. And pull doing that. But apparently it needs a wisp to open the other side. But no, yeah, I think getting out, it's like Sola said in Inquisition, like getting out and experiencing the world allows you to experience more of the fate also. Going out and getting life experiences outside of like a realm of the dead, it would be very beneficial for a curiosity spirit in particular. It sounds enough braggart for me. It's truly a wonderful achievement, Davin. Dearest guest, famed necromancer Johannes Hezenkoss invites you to a gathering of like-minded colleagues in Blackthorn Manor to witness a demonstration of her newest breakthrough in the necromantic arts. While your host must keep details a secret, she assures you this evening is not to be missed. Dinner will be served after a short lecture. Uh-huh. Oh my. Angry? Are you angry? What? You see that like black hole on that ring? Abilities now cost plus 50 rage to activate, but you get a plus 30% ability damage, and using an ability now heals you for 1 health per rage spent. Somehow you find yourself feeling better despite the added burdens of your actions. I do sometimes read the blurbs at the bottom, and they are quite fun. They always are. Interesting. Don't be angry. What? Oh, I don't want to go down. I wasn't sure it would go through the gate. Seneschal's notebook, recent acquisition, Grey Warden helmet, promising provisions, third blight, tapestry from Tanterville depicting Our Lady Andraste, or Legion theater masks never worn. Perhaps these will bring his lordship out of his mood. He's been low ever since we uncovered those tombs in the cliffs and what lay inside them. Yeah. Oh, what are these for? Oh, there's another secret door. Oh. Okay. I was like, they're not telling me to do anything with it. Ooh, this is cool.
Another shrine.
Dust is undisturbed. So how are those flowers still fresh?
Magic? I think it'd be a pretty magic, like a beautiful sort of death and life magic, right? That keeps flowers alive for a really long time in a grave. It'd be nice. Nice use of magic. For the fairest of flowers, may she keep her bloom in death. Does that make sense? Cool. I mean, I got an upgrade, which is nice. Whoa! Everybody just appeared in here.
This must lead to Johanna's workshop. What's that through the wall?
It's the giant skeleton I've been wanting to fight! We finally found it!
Oh my word!
That's big.
Wow.
You and your little
I knew
friend
it.
might worm your way into my party, Volkaren.
Johanna, even half lich, you can't control something this massive.
Such little baby.
That glow on the skeleton up there, that's Hezenkoss's lantern.
She's going to use the life stored in it to reanimate that monstrosity. Quickly, we must reach the lantern.
I mean, she would just activate it now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is quite the one I'm thinking of. We have Ravenous dead, Armored dead, Protected dead, and I'm just hoping that I can just run past them all, honestly.
Unbelievable! Johanna's stolen a chamber from the Grand Necropolis and transposed it under Blackthorn Manor.
That's like stealing Weishaupt.
The Necropolis's wards here are still intact. No wonder we couldn't sense what she's been creating.
Well, I mean, we did say there's that room that's been missing. We haven't been able to find it. But how could she steal an entire area of the Necropolis? And then, like, we couldn't sense it. Even though, like, it was like, oh, the wards are still intact. Like, okay, then people who are I mean, they wouldn't think to look outside the Necropolis, honest. I guess that's fair. But, like...
Don't think I can't sense your undead lackey sneaking about.
Oh, I wish Manfred had stayed above.
He'll be fine. We'll handle this.
Manfred, there you are.
Oh.
And can you release that ladder?
Yes!
Thank you, Manfred.
I just...
Now find somewhere safe.
It's so funny. You hire Matthew Mercer with the dulcet... You hire the dulcet tones of Matthew Mercer and ask him to, like, ruin his voice by being like... all the time. Yes! Where'd she go?
There's the lantern. You gonna free the spirits inside?
We must, before we can destroy it.
Like back when you were freeing those spirits Hezenkoss trapped in the manor? That took a lot out of you.
I must try, Rook.
I mean, she wouldn't have just left it. Like, she obviously has a plan, you know? I figured this would be a good photo mode. And I'm kind of running out of time now.
Emmrich?
There are too many trapped spirits. I'm sorry. I can't. Another lash of power might end me.
I mean, could I help?
What's that, Volkaren? Afraid to chance death for your precious spirits? For all your fine words on the subject, only I had the courage to risk my life for our art.
I've seen Emmrich face worse than you.
I'm not the one so paralyzed by fear I couldn't seize immortality.
Johanna! Listen to me! You're right. I've never overcome fear of that final dark. I miss having a friend that could.
Yes. Always the idealist.
I'm sorry lichdom failed you. I swear I would have helped you had you come to me. But puppeting this creature...
Puppet? Puppet? Do you think I'm staying a failed lich? I won't command my greatest creation! I will become it!
The music, oh my gosh.
How good to see you, friends. Scoffing colleagues, interfering Templars, inept rivals. You all have a place in my heart. And tonight you will fuel my ascension at the cost of your miserable lives.
Bad. Move! Why aren't we getting our souls sucked out, you know?
You think you can stop me?
Wow, it looks really, really cool. I finally get to fight the giant skeleton of my dreams.
Once
I think this is it.
I will merge with my greatest.
Okay, maybe I should stop listening.
And conquer this city.
Emmrich, can you do that?
Yes! She's attempting full possession with the life of the people here.
We need to stop Hezenkoss long enough to destroy that lantern.
With that much life inside it, the backlash could...
We don't have a choice.
Once I destroy you wretches, my union with my creation will be complete. Run, Veilguard. Scurry like the rat you are. I can't believe you brought your ridiculous pet skeleton with you!
His name is Manfred!
And he's adorable. Do I have to fight all these guys? Emmrich will always be stronger than her.
Fine! I'll go down there myself!
That is not what I wanted to do!
About time.
I'll crush you myself if I must. It's touching that you brought your new friends to die with you, Veilguard. I'll be sure to bury you all in the same tent.
That would be nice if we do have to die. Do you see this thing? Look at, oh my gosh, look at all these people. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't want to fight these guys.
This isn't working. We can't break the lantern.
You think I'd leave myself vulnerable to you? Enough playing! Your pointless lives will fuel my triumph!
This is why people...
I can't breathe! She's draining life from us. We must find shelter!
Right.
Like, behind pillars? Will that stop magic? You're telling me none of these mages could do anything? Or at least some of them have to be mages?
The spirits in that lantern?
It might kill me and not even work. No living thing can approach it and...
No!
Manfred! Come back!
Any last words, Veilguard? Before I... monumental!
Manfred knew you could do this. So do I.
By the spirits bound here, night and shadow, light and blood.
What are you doing?
Let your chains loosen. Let the fade draw close.
You'll never succeed, you old fool!
I release you to the air.
No! You small-minded!
Only fair that they got their vengeance. He looked so cool doing that. Holy cow.
Emmrich, how's Manfred holding together?
We must go to the necropolis.
I mean, we could just get him a new body, right? Like, if it's just his body was damaged, we could give him a new one.
His body could only take so much. But I underestimated him, Rook. What bravery in the heart of the dead. And how he grew. Manfred disobeyed me beautifully. He was his own soul at the end.
Can you bring him back?
I will ask.
Emmrich Volkaren. You were not expected so soon.
Excuse me? A Lich Lord? What? This is crazy! I thought he was gonna ask Manfred if Manfred wanted to come back. Apparently, did he summon the Lich Lord or what?
Hail, the lords of the necropolis.
Hail the Watchers. What has brought you?
My lord, I come regarding Manfred, my fallen companion.
Yes, there are ways to return his spirit. But should you do this, lichdom falls from your grasp.
Why?
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 Lichdom is long. If I'm to stand outside death, I must make peace with others passing through it.
Oh.
What would we otherwise become? How many exceptions till tyranny?
Ooh.
Revive him and remain mortal. Or let him slumber and join us.
Emmrich.
Manfred chose to help us. Am I too weak to accept his well-earned rest? I yearn for Lichdom, Rook. But leap into something greater, that everlasting light. Do I revive him and live out my days? Or do I honor death by letting him rest and protect this world through immortality?
Spoken like I would speak. Oh my gosh. I keep picking hard ones for before I have to leave. See, and I've been arguing a little bit, right? That like we need the glory of life is that it's so bright and not short, I don't know, but it's bright because there's an end, right? And so it's like, then, you know, also like Manfred chose this. Manfred knew that he probably wouldn't survive and did this. And like, I don't know, accepting death, I think is that's a really, I'm glad they did this, right? Because liches could become a terrible evil, like a terrible force for evil. But you have to be willing to you have to be at peace with death in order to be an undeath. You know what I mean? You have to respect both life and death to be a lich. And I like that. Bringing back Manfred. It's like, yeah, he chose this. I don't know. I can't see Emmrich being, not short-sighted is maybe a mean way to say it, but like I see Emmrich's like lifelong goal. Manfred wouldn't want him to give up. At least I think, right? Like, I wouldn't think Manfred would want, like, in what limited capacity the curiosity spirit had, even as it was growing, that it wouldn't want Emmrich to give up on this, like, lifelong desire, you know, this lifelong, deathlong desire. And I think if Emmrich became a lich, he would be a great lich. Like, the compassion he has for spirits, for death, for mourning, for life, is, I think, crucial to be a good lich in this setting. I like the lore sort of a little bit that we're getting of it, and it's really nice. But like, I think if he brought Manfred back, like, it would be nice, but he would always have that little bit of a regret, or a big regret, I think, that he didn't go through with being a lich. But if he dies, he can maybe see Manfred's spirit, you know what I mean? Like, Manfred still exists as a curiosity spirit, I think. So, I don't know. A part of me thought he's like, oh, is it selfish of me to, like, want to have immortality instead of bringing back Manfred? But Manfred wasn't alive in the sense that we think of alive either, you know what I mean? Like, Manfred's existence was unique, but as a spirit, he's not designed to be in a mortal form for long, you know? Like, as a spirit, he should be in and out of the Fade, you know? So maybe, but I'm like, being a lich, I'm always like, ooh, you know, I'm a little hesitant, but like, what he says here, do I honor death by letting him rest and protect this world through immortality? But the idea of making Emmrich a lich is also one that I'm like, ooh, I don't know, that sounds, ooh. And if I romance him, do I let him become a lich? Because that would be super tragic. Ooh, man, I don't know. I think, no, I think, I'm running out of time, so I can't soliloquize too long. But it sounds like to me, from everything he's saying, I don't know if this is like the right decision, but from everything he's saying, he would rather become a lich, even if it scares him, because now he knows he has the bravery to do so, to face death and be at peace with it, you know?
Emmrich, lichdom is your life's work, your dream.
I imagined I knew its price. If I haven't even the strength to accept Manfred's sacrifice, I would outlive you all, Rook.
Would you still remember us?
Always. Kept alive in lichdom's immortal memory. Death's swift touch, held back for all time.
But now I feel bad.
If you really want to go beyond death, I think you have what you need to let all of us rest.
And peace shall follow. You're right. After I make my farewells, I will undergo the last rites of lichdom. And Rook, thank you.
I feel like as a Mournwatch person too, like, I would feel obligated almost to like encourage the best of us to become a lich, you know? But now I'm like, no, I've messed up the dad squad because basically I let Emmrich kill his like son, sort of, you know? Oh. And so like, is Davrin gonna be like, wow, we can't like talk like dad talk anymore, you know what I mean? Like, this is, that's really sad. He decided to attempt lichdom is preparing himself for the final. Is he going to be a lich in the game with us? Because I would assume the liches are bound to the necropolis.
Emmrich probably has to prepare before becoming a lich. I should see how he's doing.
I thought this was it. I thought this was going to be the whole, like, woo, like, now he's a Veilguard, but he's going to become a lich. Wow. No, I do feel like it's fitting as a Mournwatch character to encourage him to be a lich. So I think in the next one, I'll encourage him to embrace the beauty and brevity, I guess, of life, and to just live out his days with me when I play my Canary. But okay, that works out. But yeah, no, I do feel bad though. Not the dad squad's not the dad squad anymore. I mean, he's still a dad. Maybe if you want to look at like the vibe of dad, you don't lose that just because you lose whatever, you know, your child is, be it a pet or, you know, or a friend, or, you know, in the situation, like, right, like, I don't know, companion that he sort of raised, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, I am running late now. I'm gonna go drive in the dark for a while, but thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get back to playing this game, so I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you continue to enjoy, and I hope to see you in the next one. But let me say thank you to my patrons really quick. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me in the channel and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.